Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Justin. We're back at the movies for another review. Continuing on with Dennis Hopper Week on the channel. And I figured what better way than to review maybe my all-time favorite Dennis Hopper movie, 1994's action hit Speed. I love this movie. I do believe it is one of the quintessential 90s action films. You know, this was a change, really. This was one of the, I would call a changing of the guard almost. You know, in the 80s, you had Arnold Schwarzenegger, you had Sylvester Stallone, even to a little lesser extent, Jean-Claude Van Damme. These over-the-top, big, muscular, just intense action heroes. And in Speed, you have Keanu Reeves, who, you know, is charming. He's handsome. He's funny. He's brave. You know, he's not your typical action star. But he works as an action star. And this was just really the stepping stone to obviously becoming one of the most iconic characters in the history of cinema, Neo in the Matrix franchise. I love this cast, like I said. Keanu Reeves nails it. His bond, his ability to feed off Sandra Bullock is also fantastic. You know, this was one of her, beginning roles. And, you know, she holds her own with the likes of Dennis Hopper and Joe Morton and Keanu Reeves, who, you know, by this time already had some major roles under his belt. And they all come together to make a very entertaining action movie. So, you know, a little bit about the plot. Keanu Reeves and Jeff Daniels, they're police officers. They thwart basically a terrorist who is threatening to blow up an elevator full of people if he doesn't get any money. They thwart him, and they believe him dead. Some time passes, and Howard Payne, Dennis Hopper's character, is not dead, and has destroyed one bus and set a bomb to another bus that once it hits 50 miles an hour, if it drops below 50, it'll blow up. Keanu Reeves, having dealt with Howard Payne's character once, has to save the day. And there's a lot of crazy things that happen on the bus. The bus driver gets shot. Just a lot of dynamics. You know, and then, of course, being an action movie, crazy shit has to happen that wouldn't really happen. You know, like basically Sandra Bullock says, you know, making fun of the fact is what you had to make it harder on yourself when now the bus is leaking fuel. You know, it ends up culminating, needless to say, Sandra Bullock's character gets kidnapped by Howard Payne, and it culminates on a speeding subway. And, you know, the culmination is awesome. You have your typical one-liners. In fact, the ending of the movie basically has what you would expect from a Stallone or Schwarzenegger movie with the one-liners. Keanu Reeves, he goes, yeah, well, I'm taller. And, you know, that's, I think, almost paying homage to the 80s action movies, but having your own spin and making it a, grounded more in reality type action movie. You obviously hope nothing like this would ever happen, but, you know, it feels more real than Arnold Schwarzenegger and 7 jack dudes in the jungle fighting a predator, an alien that can camouflage himself, or Stallone killing basically an entire North Vietnamese army. It feels more real. And the the dynamic, like, you know, these characters, like Stallone and Schwarzenegger, they're characters that really aren't people. You know, they're not friendly to other people. You know, Keanu gets along with everybody, and that, like, he's the everyman action hero, and that's what, you know, I think you see a lot more in the '90s from the likes of John McClane in Die Hard and Keanu Reeves and, you know, your Will Smiths. They're grounded more in reality. And while I love the '80s action movies, it was time for a change, and Speed really helped usher in a new grounded in reality era. You know, it's a fun movie. If it's on TV, you know, more often than not, you're going to stop at least for a little while and watch it. You know, a movie like that, it's a 7-8. You know, it's good, almost great action movie. It's a very good action movie. The character dynamics all work. Again, Dennis Hopper, who's the focus of this week on the channel, plays a great villain. He always does. So, you know, that's my review. I think a 7-8 is more than fair. You know, if you like this video, please consider hitting the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please do so as well. And I'll see you guys next time at the movies. Take care.